what is our topic? Or I don't know what
You ever
it's
heard of the
about.
Gobi Chimp War?
No.
Do you want to know about the Gobi Chimp War?
No.
All right, listen up.
Yeah.
Listen up, ladies and germs. The Gobi Chimp War was a violent conflict between two communities of chimpanzee in Gobi Stream National Park in Tanzania.
And
So there were a bunch of monkeys in Africa who decided they hated each other. And it turned into a violent conflict. Where Jane Goodall, you know Jane Goodall, the monkey lady that studies gorillas and stuff?
think so.
She went down there to try and break up the conflict and study why. But dude, these chimps were like crazy, alright? They learned how to use like sticks and rocks to bash each other's heads in.
I'm looking at pictures.
Like, chimps are already scary on their own, right? Because you've seen a muscular chimp.
Yeah.
But I cannot imagine how off the balls they must have been, like tearing another monkey apart.
I'm assuming it has to be like what territorial issue, or is it just because like was there no? I mean, technically we'll never know, but
I don't know why they started a war, man. But I know like it got violent.
Let me see.
And it was like a 4-year thing, man. 1974 and like 1978.
Yeah. Oh wait. Let's see. There we go. Okay.
So they were like, man. They killed like all the men of the other like rival camp.
Damn. Let's see.
Like, what the fuck? They literally genocided an entire like family of monkeys.
Let's see.
Do you know how crazy this shit is, man?
Oh, okay. So it was territory.
Jeez.
So let's see. So it was basically the tribe. So it was only one tribe. And then the leader died. And then I guess so. In the span of 8 months, let me see, a group of 9 adults and their young claimed a southern portion of their already owned territory and formed their own clan. And then let's see. Also, it was a brother duo that led a war party of 6 males north into the enemy territory, and then basically like a display of strength. And yeah.
Jeez, man.
Let's see. Oh, okay. So it technically started in 1971, but blood wasn't drawn until 1974.
And then they just went like all out after that.
Yeah.
Like, these monkeys were on the run from like Like 4 years. And in that time, 11 chimps died and 3 were just missing. And no one has any idea if they were POWs or like what, but that's scary, man. Like, can you imagine the noises?
No, okay, so they were basically ambushing them. Yeah. I think let me see a minute. Okay, so it was the main tribe that was going after the new one. That they were ambushing them. They were basically like picking them off, like as a group, and they would ambush the others. Let's see. This is right here. Where is it at?
Chimps are. This is why chimps are scary, man. Right.
Yeah. So it's a group of 6 that just went around picking off the others.
11 chimps died. Like, what the hell?
Oh, okay.
And the other thing is, like, how did these chimps know to develop, like, ambushing tactics, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it was basically just all ambush, how they were taking them out.
Man.
Okay, so they basically were just picking them off, ambushing them until, let's see, until there was only one left, and then he was picked off, and then he was killed like the rest of the others, and then it eventually ended in 1978.
Jeez.
And then after that, basically that tribe expanded their territory at that point.
Oh yeah, they had genocided the other tribe, and like, if no one left to like oppose, you might as well just expand.
Yeah. It's like that one, how's this one story of this lion pride that like legit like wiped out like all other prides, and like the number of lions in that like area dropped just because of like a couple brothers. There was just like a small group of them, and they were just taking out everybody.
It's kind of scary to know that animals can understand that if you like hit the source, they can be the only ones left.
That's crazy.
Right? And not only that, but like they started learning. Man, that's like the scarier part. They start learning.
Learn tactics and
exactly. They learn that
things.
Oh, if I throw this rock hard enough, it could kill him.
Yeah.
And then they just do it, and they keep doing it, man.
Until eventually everybody else in the whole their enemy gone.
I mean, they wouldn't have any enemies at that point. It would just be them.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much what they wanted. It was only because their leader died, so it's kind of like there's because they started a split eventually.
Man, what, like, they contained it just because it's a pack. But imagine if they just kept doing that, man. Like, there could have been like a tribe of chimps that started developing. And for all we know, just like, there could have been, you know, the cities and stuff in like ancient Rome before a bunch of like Roman barbarian dudes just come in and say this is ours now, and whatever you were doing is no more. Could have been like a tribe of chimps, like legit developing fire, and for all we know, they got wiped out because a couple of monkeys learned how to throw a rock. Man, it's weird to think of nature like that, because you only like think about it in like human terms, like I could totally do this, and who would know? How many like cities have been wiped out like that?
I mean, start with a small group as long as you learn, techniques, and then you get stronger, you get more people, or in this case, animals. You get bigger, you get stronger.
Do you think they understood or like knew that they had to keep doing that?
I mean, especially because they're chimps. But, because they're pretty much shown that chimps are pretty smart. So, if they figure.
Like what? 3 years ago? They just hit the Stone Age? Like, they legitimately did. Like,
I wouldn't be surprised if, like, eventually they
understood, like, how to pick up a rock, man, and, like, that rock can be used as a tool. I wouldn't be surprised to find out, they're, like, legit building tree houses, like, George of the Jungle style, you know?
See,
Ah, man. It's scary to think about, like, monkeys.
One monkey can, especially a chimp, can do a lot of damage.
Like, if a chimp is angry, like, you're pretty much dead by that point.
Yeah.
Things are, like, too strong. You think a pack of chimps could tear apart a gorilla?
Easily,
right? Because the thing about gorillas is, like, they're these big, like, hulking creatures.
Brute strength.
And they only, like, gorillas, we think of them as brute strength, but, like, compared to a chimp, a monkey that climbs all day and, like, legit swings and builds its body, and, like, what does a gorilla do? It sits there and eats, like, most of the day. Like, for real. And, like, we think of a gorilla in terms of, like, that's, like, a big, strong creature. But a chimp is, like, half its size and ripped as, like, they're too buff, man.
Yeah, because I know a chimp's strength is crazy. I know that much. Like, let's see.
Do you think, like...
Because a chimp can easily, compared to a human, a chimp can easily tear a human apart.
Exactly. But, like, do you think the gorilla just, at some point, it got big enough and strong enough and said, yeah, that's my limit? And they just stopped? Because, like, chimps just never stopped.
Looking at some pictures right now, there's some dreaded chimps.
Right? What about hairless gorillas? Like, yeah, a hairless gorilla would still, like, looked pretty toned, but like most, like, especially mountain gorillas that just live high up in places, they just eat. They expand maybe their territory like a few feet every day, but most of the time they're just sitting and eating.
Let's see, so silverbacks, they can lift or throw up to 815 kg, which is, that's not what I meant to do. There we go. 8. So about 1,796 pounds. While a well-trained man can only lift up to 881 pounds.
Have they ever tested how much a chimp can lift?
Probably have. Somewhere. Let's see, what a chimp? So I know they may be smaller, but I know they're strong. not that much stronger than a person.
But I think like
but they're about at least double the strength of a human.
not only that, but they don't like.
Yeah, I mean, well, their bodies are different, and I think technically they're doing like exercise all the time. You know.
But you know, like in terms of a fight, chimps don't have morals, man.
I mean, they're not gonna stop until you're not moving.
Exactly. Like we would understand, like, if I'm gonna fight this guy, I'm not gonna kill him.
I mean, you just want to end it. Like you just want to get to the point where you're not fighting anymore.
Prove your point and then just walk away.
Yeah.
But a chimp, man, it just.
I mean, your
just keep
point
going.
is who can kill who. That's your point.
Chimp could just kill anything it wants. Doesn't have to stop.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if one day we actually, if like, are slowly getting closer to like Planet of the Apes type stuff. I think we have an island of the Apes. It's an island, I think, in where's it at? It is in Uganda. So it's an island in Uganda. That's literally nothing but monkeys, and no one's allowed to go there.
Well, yeah, I think they'd freak out if they saw a human ever.
Let's see.
I think they'd freak out if like they saw anything that wasn't native to the island.
Yeah, but I mean, they learn to adapt, and
yeah,
because obviously I know they're smart, because obviously they do a lot of tests and stuff on them, and then they prove that
monkeys are smart, like scary smart sometimes. Because like we taught a gorilla sign language. And it like completely communicated through that way. I'm sure it like still grunted and like made gorilla noises, but
for the most part, like speaking would be sign language.
Exactly. It would talk to the zookeepers, like conversations like every day, and it understood them back like verbally. The zookeepers would talk to them, and like Coco the gorilla would just respond in sign language.
That's actually pretty crazy though.
You know what's even more crazy? In like the 90s, 80s, Mike Tyson wanted a cage fight with a gorilla.
It would not last whatsoever.
Like a man offered, he went to here's what he did. He went to like a zoo. He was walking around. He saw a gorilla, and I guess he didn't like the way the gorilla was looking at him. But it's Mike Tyson. I understand. He's taken like one too many shots to the head. And he was like to the zookeeper, "Hey man, I'll offer you 10K. Let me fight the gorilla." The zookeeper was like, "What?" He was like, "Yeah man, cage fight with the gorilla over there." Mike, that's like literally life or death. And he wanted to fight a gorilla. He thought, oh my god. Like he looked at the gorilla and he was like, "Man, it's a powerful creature, man. But I'm Mike Tyson, heavyweight champion."
Yeah. And
that's like too far. Right?
Yeah, I mean, obviously he wasn't gonna beat it. There's no way. Of course
not. He would have gotten killed by the gorilla. Like the zookeeper can't do anything other than like put it down.
There was a video of two full-grown gorillas, fighting. I think it was like a zoo or something.
Yeah, I saw that one.
She was like, "Where's the zookeeper?"
What's the zookeeper gonna do?
It's like He's probably hiding somewhere.
I mean, these are like 400-pound creatures. I'm not gonna like intervene. That's like 800. That's like 800 pounds of force.
No, I'm pretty sure you'd get taken down by both of them.
You wouldn't last a second. You'd ragdoll all over the pen, and they'd just be like shuffling around, still going at it, and you'll be like in the middle of it, dead by that point, maimed. Jeez,
that's scary.
It is scary, and what's weirder is the people that get monkeys and stuff as pets.
Yeah, actually, cause there's this lady who owned a chimp, and I think her friend was going over to her house to like, I guess to visit, to go see her friend.
Yeah.
But I guess, I think like, I don't know, something about like the chimp just snapped. Right. And they just like tore her in half. And I was just like, that's not, I mean, it's cool and all, but like,
what are you gonna do when a creature just tears your face out? She got like facial reconstruction surgery and she still doesn't look human.
Yeah, so I mean, you gotta know what you're getting into.
Like, that's just mind-boggling.
Yeah, I mean, the same goes with people who want like other
I think like
kind of animals.
What should have, like, there's countless like examples of why you just don't go for exotic animals. Like,
yeah, I mean,
2 Las Vegas performers that got torn apart by their pet tiger.
Yeah.
Like, what's weirder is that the law is just like, yeah, you guys want like a pet, but it's not normal. Like, sure, whatever, go for it.
Yeah.
Here's the clearance, and just, I don't know, do whatever you want.
I mean, you just never know, because I mean, because even with like dogs and cats and stuff, like they can still, snap.
Oh yeah.
But especially like wild animals and stuff, there's no telling when.
Exactly.
Someone can just set them off and then you're done.
Like dogs, over like the course of a week or less, if you like start showing yourself, but like still in a protective manner. Because like if you were to try to interact with a German Shepherd just out of nowhere, it would probably just go at you.
Yeah.
But if like you worked up to it and understood like, okay, I keep my distance from this dog when it's necessary, and I don't just go ahead and like pet it whenever I want. The dog needs to know I'm here, and it needs to know it's comfortable.
Yeah, no, because I mean, especially territorial animals.
Exactly.
You gotta know how to interact with certain animals.
And you gotta also know just like not to just walk in the cage and be like, hey bud, and like expect the tiger just to like just expect the tiger to be like, oh, I know what's happening, I'm gonna get treats. If it gets startled and it doesn't understand what's happening anymore, it's just gonna go off its bonkers, man. It's gonna go nuts.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Man, how long has this been going?
I have no idea. Oh, 240. Probably about 30 minutes.
I think that's good. I think we covered bases, monkeys, tigers, gorillas, dogs,
Lions. Cats.
lions, cats, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Birds are scary too. You know what? Let's just throw that in there.
Birds. They kind of are, though.
Yeah, like, it's cool to look at a parrot and say, like, yeah, I'd get a parrot. But then you realize, like, if a parrot is wild and still, like, territorial.
Any wild animal is just bad.
If you try touching it, it's just gonna bite you. Or claw your eyes out.
Yeah. You just gotta know what you're getting into. Doesn't matter what animal you have or what you're trying to get.
Exactly. You don't just try picking up a bird that's a stranger. It's a risky business.
Yeah.